All right, back in the basement again today to talk about Gorilla Tape. I've made several videos on this. I always recommend people keep a roll or two of this in their gym. It's great for a lot of things, from keeping stall mats together to making your gym look better because you're closing up the gaps in the stall mats and not letting debris get in them, to hanging banners and flags on the walls. All sorts of uses on this, and it's cheap, affordable, and easy to do. I love it, but it's not always the only or final solution. What I mean by that is lately, as I've been coming down to the basement, I don't know if it's the summer heat, the moisture coming through the walls with some of the rain, whatever the case may be, but over time, some of my banners, whether they be too heavy, the material they're made from, or the walls I'm hanging them on themselves, have just not been cooperating as of late. Now, some of these banners that you see behind me have literally been on the walls with the same Gorilla Tape since the day I moved into this house 3 years ago, but other banners have given me trouble where I come down and they're either hanging off the wall, or even worse, they're drooping and sagging. I don't like droopy, saggy things in my gym. That's why I come to the gym in the first place. But luckily enough, again, Gorilla Tape is a cheap, easy solution. I just go and I reapply new tape, and I'm good for some cases years, sometimes months, but sadly, sometimes only a couple of days. Again, if it's a tricky banner or just a spot on the wall that's just not cooperating, I have a lot of trouble and I get frustrated because I love my Gorilla Tape, but I don't love consistently applying it that often. So one of the things I've been doing recently is using this. This is carpet tape, and specifically outdoor carpet tape. And it says on the box, it's made for concrete patios and decks. So in my search for something to work better, I wanted to make sure that it adhered well to concrete because, again, I was having some issues with this Gorilla Tape, which I don't believe is rated for hanging things on a concrete wall. Neither is this, but at least the application sounds more in line with what I'm doing. And I've been using this and it's been working fantastic. And a couple of things I really want to call out about this is, number one, the cost for this roll in my hand, which is like 40 feet worth. I don't think it's like 1.5 inches wide or something like that. Doesn't really matter, but 40 feet worth, which handles plenty of banners, is like $8 or $9, right? So it's cheap and it takes care of a lot of the things in my gym. In fact, I've slowly been working on replacing all of the Gorilla Tape on my banners with this, even if that particular tape hasn't been an issue, because the second reason I really like this is the general outcome, meaning that with the Gorilla Tape method, which I've showed in videos before, because this is only single-sided, I'd have to basically fold it over, make a little bit of a loop, and use this on the back. While it worked well, over time it did tend to get a little saggy or left the banners a little bit wrinkly, and again, not generally a fan of that if I can control it. So this being double-sided works well because it makes the banners lay even flatter. I'll show you some before and afters here in the basement. So it looks a lot better in my opinion. And because it holds much better, I don't have to use as many spots of it. So I'll typically just use this to line the very top of whatever banner I'm dealing with, whether it's 3 feet, 5 feet, whatever the case may be. And depending on the size of the banner, I might just do a couple of spots on the bottom just to hold it tight. So like the corners, for instance, or if it's a smaller banner, 3x3, I'll probably just do the top and the bottom portions. But as you can see with these pictures, it looks a lot better. It's a cheap solution and it's been working extremely well for me on these concrete walls. So I'm very happy about that. And I think you will be too if you're looking for good ways to hang your banners and maybe haven't had good luck with Gorilla Tape in the past. Now, one note I do want to call out here, a little bit of a disclaimer, if you will, I've only used this on concrete. So if you're putting this on a finished wall that has paint or even just primer on it, or maybe just even plaster, this could potentially tear some of that off if you decide to remove it. So be warned, I have not tested out on there, but in terms of the concrete walls of this basement, they've worked out fantastic. Let me know if this helps you in the comment section below, or if you have any other tips and tricks to hold up things in your basement that aren't prescribed by a doctor. In the meantime, as always, thanks for watching and stay big. Like this big old roll of big black tape. It's nice, real nice.